Guys, what's up? It's Haley here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all of my favorite bronzers, from face bronzers to body bronzers and self tanners, all the way to products to use in the sun to be more bronze. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week, so you don't want to miss out on those, so go ahead and subscribe. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you've been around here for a while, you know that I live to look bronzed and glowy and tan. That's just like what I'm all about here. So I do a ton of like self-tanning reviews, and I use a lot of bronzer. So I know my bronzers. I know what works for my skin tone, of course. If you have very light skin or more on the dark side of skin, of course, I don't know what's going to work specifically for your skin tone. I'm just sharing what works specifically for my skin tone. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and start with face bronzers. So when I say face bronzers, I'm talking like makeup, like bronzer. And the first bronzer I need to talk about is been my baby for years and years and years. It is the MAC Cosmetics Give Me Sun bronzer right here, and it's technically a mineralized skin finish, but it is the like holy grail bronzer for me. If you want that rich orange undertone tropical bronze, this one is so good. I feel like I can pile this on and pile this on and pile this on, and it doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look overdone, it just looks so radiant and sun-kissed. It's what I have on today, and I'm wearing quite a bit, and it just gives you that subtle glow that you need. Sometimes even when I'm not wearing any makeup, I'll just dust this along my face and I just look sun-kissed and glowing, and you know the drill. So it does have a tad bit of shimmer in there, but don't let that scare you if you're not someone that usually uses a shimmer bronzer. If you go for more of a matte bronzer, I would still give this a try, because there isn't an actual shimmer on the skin when you put this on. The shimmer actually helps the bronzer to blend better, so that's how it doesn't ever get patchy or anything like that, is because the little bit of shimmer that's in it just helps it blend so much easier. So I could talk about this for days, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you want a good classic terracotta bronzer, try this one, because it's so good, and it's not new by any means. It's been around for years, so give it a try if you're looking for a new bronzer. So next up, this is not the updated packaging. I'll put a picture of what this actually looks like, but this is the Morphe Glamabronze Face and Body Bronzer, and I specifically have the shade Megastar, and this is more of their like middle shade, and they do call this a tropical bronze actually on the website. On Ulta. I don't know about the Morphe website, but they do have a darker shade than this, and my friend, she has beautiful, rich chocolate skin, and she is able to use that shade, and it looks gorgeous on her. It just gives her like that perfect chisel. It warms up her skin, and it looks really beautiful. So that is one thing I know about these bronzers, is that they have a lot of different shades for a ton of different skin tones. So if you're looking for a good bronzer, I know this formula is amazing, and I know that they probably have a shade for you. So I would definitely check those out. And like I said, you can use these on the face or the body. I use it all the time to do like my whole chest and shoulders. And if I'm really wanting to be extra in the winter, I'm not even lying to you, if I'm wearing like some kind of shoe that shows my foot, I will put this on my feet in the winter. So yeah, you get a lot for your money with this. The pan size is huge, and I've been using this one for over a year and have not had to repurchase it, and I use it almost every day. So this is going to be the last makeup face bronzer that I'm talking about, and we are going to move on to my favorite category, which is self tanner. Now, I have reviewed both of these on my channel, so if you haven't seen my self tanning reviews, I do them pretty frequently on my channel, and I have a review for both of these. So the first one is the Bondi Sands Aerated Self Tanning Foam in Ultra Dark. This is such a beautiful formula. It feels like butter when you put it on your skin. And I'm not gonna lie, when you first put it on, it looks scary, dark green brown, but when you wash it off, it's very natural, and it honestly gives a little bit of a glow to the skin and a little bit of hydration, which is super important for me because I have very dry skin. So this is a really great self tanner. I think it's pretty beginner friendly just because of the foam consistency. So it's really easy to spread it around. I will say that you kind of do have to use a lot of this to get like as dark as I want to be, but if you're like a normal person, you probably just use a normal amount. But for me, I use a ton of this to get like that really, really dark olive color. So this is going to be the first self tanner. The next one is a new discovery. Actually, my most recent review was of this one. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this. I love that it's clear, so I can be sloppy, sloppy, sloppy when I put it on, but when I wash it off, it's the most even tan. This one isn't as olive colored as that one. It's more, I don't want to say orange because that sounds scary and intimidating. It's just more of a neutral color. I would say it's like from neutral to olive, like somewhere in there. And this one, I'm sorry, is the Tanologist Self Tan Mousse in the shade Dark. I got like way ahead of myself. Anyways, I've also reviewed the medium. That one's really great if you are more on the fair side. This one for me is like the perfect color, and I like that I don't have to leave it on all night. I can leave it on for 4 hours and get like a pretty dark tan. So this one is so amazing. Both of these that I'm talking about, they do not have weird smells. They smell probably like a tropical, like coconut, whatever you would expect a self tanner to smell like. That's what it smells like. And yeah, I've just been really impressed with both of these. And I've tried a ton of self tanners. So if you're gonna listen to anyone, you should listen to me, okay? Okay. And just really quick while I'm on the topic of the self tanner, I did want to mention the mitt that I always use. For every single brand, I use the same mitt, and that is the Loving Tan mitt. Now I've reviewed the Loving Tan self tanner and I actually did not like it. I remember using it years ago and I thought it was fine, but recently I've tried it and I just don't like it anymore. But their mitt is amazing and it's definitely worth the money. It's $14, but I've had the same one for a year and I just put it in the washing machine and I dry it and it's good to go. I've never had to purchase a new one so far. So I would definitely recommend the mitt. I haven't tried any of the other mitts, so those could be great too, but this is just the one that I've used and I really love. So I just wanted to mention that really quickly. And now I'm going to be moving into more sun related products. So the first thing I'm going to mention is a sunscreen, and this is the Pacifica Mineral Bronzing Sunscreen in Coconut Glow. It says it's a broad spectrum UVA sunscreen, and it is water resistant for up to 80 minutes. I did actually try this out at the beach about a month ago. I did really like it. I will say this is for in your like beginning stages of a tan. So like by the end of the week, I couldn't really use this because I was way too dark for it and it started to look a little bit ashy on me. But for in those beginning stages of summer or like on the way out of summer, when you're starting to get a little bit more pale, you should still be wearing an SPF. And this one is so amazing because as soon as you put it on and rub it in, you have a bronzed glow already about you. And it really is like transfer proof and water resistant. I wore this in the ocean all day and it didn't start to come off of me until I washed it off in the shower, which I thought was insane because like obviously it's the ocean, there's salt, you're getting exfoliated the whole time. So I thought that was crazy. So for all my ladies out there that are a little bit more fair-skinned, or if you're just starting to become more tan, this is a great product. And I don't know if I said, but it's SPF 30. So I would definitely go check this out. I got this one at Target. And of course, everything I talk about will be in the description box below. This is the Sun Bum Tanning Oil in SPF 15. I've tried a ton of tanning oils and this one is by far my favorite. It's not a dry oil, it's like a true oil, so you do get that like greasy feeling, but I think that's fun. I like that, and I love to look glowing when I have it on. And this, when I put this over top of my normal SPF, I don't burn at all, but I notice it accelerates my tan very quickly. So this is the only thing that I'll use as far as tanning oils go. That's really all there is to it. It's a very thin consistency, so it's not like goopy like some tanning oils come out like in chunks, and I think that's so sick. So this one just comes out nice and thin, even consistency. It smells amazing like coconuts, and it's really good. So I would go check this out. I think they have different variations of the SPF, but I always just use 15. That's a good amount for me. And then one last product I forgot to mention when I was talking about face bronzers, but I actually think this is great for a bunch of different purposes. I have it all over my chest and shoulders right now, and I think it gives me a little bit of a glow. And these are the Cover FX Custom Enhancing Drops, and this is the shade Candlelight. So it's their darkest one, I'm pretty sure. And you can use this in so many different ways. Like I said, I sometimes will use it as a cream bronzer if I want to look like glowy, like crazy glowy. I put it all over my chest and shoulders like I showed you. You can mix it into your foundation if you like feel like it's a little bit too light, or if you just want to be like super bronzed and glowy. I should say that this shade is the only one that will work for the bronzing purpose, just because the other ones would be too light, so those would be just more of a highlighter, but I use this one as a bronzing product by like mixing it in those ways. So I really wanted to mention that because I use this all the time, especially in the summer and like on vacation. It's like so good, and sometimes I'll even put a little bit of this in my tanning oil and rub it all over. I'll just leave that there for you. Alright guys, that completes my bronzer, body bronzing must-haves. I don't really know what I'm going to call this video yet, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what products you guys like to use when it comes to self-tanners, bronzers, tanning oils, anything like that. I'd love to hear what your favorites are. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!
Stay the night. I can't be alone tonight. You're the only one who makes it safe to open up.